Hello everybody, welcome back to another math video, this time on ratios and unit rates. And I'm telling you, this is cool stuff because this is real world math. Okay, first up we'll start quick with a couple of definitions. A ratio just compares two numbers. So that's easy, compares two numbers. And there's a few different ways to write a ratio. You could write it like this, 4 to 5. You could write it like this, 4:5. And you can also write them as a fraction, like 4 to 5 or 4 to 5. These are all acceptable ways to write a ratio. Now, a rate is a little bit different. It compares two values with different units. Again, compares two values with different units. So this could be something like if you're running, maybe you run 2 miles in 17 minutes. I have two values, the 2 and the 17, and I have different units, miles and minutes. The last one, the unit rate, this is what we might see in the grocery store. This compares a value to 1 unit. So in a grocery store you might see something like $3.99 per pound. And when they're saying per pound, they mean per 1 pound. So there's our 1 unit. So we have a value, $3.99, and we're comparing that to 1 pound as our unit. One of the things that can be challenging when we're going to find a unit rate is understanding what our final units are going to be in. Kind of like, how are we going to do this division, so to speak? Excuse me. For example, 110 miles in 2 hours. Now, miles per hour is a very common everyday unit rate. And so to figure that out, we would take our 110 miles and we would divide that by our 2 hours. And when we do the division, we would get 55 miles per hour. Now, what if we had done the division the other way? What if we had said, well, I'm going to do the 2 hours divided by the 110 miles. It isn't wrong to write it this way, but when you actually do the calculation, it's going to look pretty weird. So if we do this and we do our 2 hours divided by 110 miles, we get this as our answer. So what is this? Well, this is 18 thousandths of an hour per mile. So mathematically it's correct, but in terms of our understanding of the unit rate, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. So that is one of the challenges, is to think about which way do we want to represent our unit rate. Unit rates can be really helpful for figuring out which thing is the best buy. So here's an imaginary price list for paper towels. And on the left side here I have the package, and on the right side here I have the price. So I've made up that a 2-pack costs $3.89, a 10-pack costs $6.79, and a 24-pack costs $12.59. Now you might first just look at this and be like, whoa, well obviously the $3.89, that's less money, duh. Well, it is less money, but we're thinking about a unit rate, which is the price for 1 unit. So we need to figure out how much is it per roll of paper towels. So we're going to have to do some division to get this figured out. What we'll do is we'll put the price up top and the number of rolls on the bottom. And after we do the calculation, that'll give us a cost per roll. So for the first one, we have $3.89 for 2 rolls. So we would just have to divide $3.89 by 2 and rounded to the nearest hundredth, I'd get $1.95 per roll. Okay. So how about my next one? That was right here. My next one, I'd have $6.79 for 10 rolls. Well, if we know dividing by 10, we can move our decimal point. So this is going to be 68 cents per roll if I buy it in the 10 pack. Now down here for the 24 pack, I'd have $12.59 that I'm paying, but that gets me 24 rolls. So when I do that division, I'm going to have, let's see, $12.59 divided by 24. So now I'm down to 52 cents per roll. So if I'm looking to get the best buy, the cheapest price per roll, it's right here, and that's the 24 pack. Okay, here's one problem from your homework, number 4. I don't know what we're buying, but it's $7.40 for 5 pounds. And it's asking us to find the unit rate. So in this one, I would be finding out how much money is it for 1 pound. Because my unit rate, I'm looking for a single unit. So I'm going to be dividing my dollars by my pounds. And that's the abbreviation for pounds. So up here on top, I'm going to have $7.40. And down here I have 5 pounds. So to figure out the unit rate, you just have to divide. $7.40 divided by 5 gives me 1 48 hundredths. Well, what was this again? Well, this is my cost per pound. So $1.48 per pound. Alright, that's it. Hope that helped out with ratios, rates, and unit rates. You can watch it a few times if you need to review it again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.